Okay, so that's just killed me. Right, this is my car, and it's 27 years old. It needs a lot of love and affection, and I do give it some, just every now and then, but I just can't keep up with it sometimes. Anyway, it basically, it's fine for a 27-year-old car. It's holding up, but it is taking a long process to do some things, and as it's getting older, parts are harder and harder to find. I've done I mean, the rust on this is brilliant, as in there is hardly any, and that was one thing that Audi were very, very good at. Anyway, so I've jacked it up, and we can see we've got a bit of leak coming from somewhere, so I'll try to sort that out. But I've jacked it up with a hydraulic jack here. So you just basically put that in here, lock it in place, and then crank it up. And it's got a gas, so it's hydraulic, so that's not hard to do. Anyone can do it, really. And then, because I want both sides jacked up, and the guy that lent me these axle stands had lost his pins, so I'm just using screwdrivers to prop it up. So I've done it here, and I've also done it here on the other side. And again, he said he's lost the pins. They usually come on chains, but that's fine. So that's, and then you jack it up and lower it down, and then the whole car rests on these axle stands, which are not going anywhere. And then you give it a good shake from side to side to make sure it doesn't wobble, and that is not wobbling. So it would be safe to get under there. So I did get under here, and as you can see, it's old, so it's going to look a bit old, but there was a engine bay tray underneath here, which I've taken off, and it is this here. So you can see where all the oil's been leaking over the years. Oil, brake fluid, power steering fluid. So I've tried to fix them while I'm at it. But what we've got here is we've now got a setup, because the part, and I've also taken the V6 cover off. It's not important, it just keeps it all tidy and neat. And that comes over there because we've got 6 spark plugs, hence V6, and it's got a V shape as the pistons go at a slight angle. Right, so what I want, I am out of breath. What I want is in there somewhere. I need to replace the crankshaft sensor. It's not, and it's connected to an electrical connection here. They called it grey, but I guess white, blue. That looks blue, and that one looks white, so maybe they're assuming one of them is a grey colour. Possible, looks blue to me though. Anyway, so that's got to go in there. I did lose a clip, but I will find that. So I'm going to need some light in there, but I do know, you can see the downpipe there, the exhaust pipe, the rusty, right at the very bottom. I need to come up through that gap to the, I guess that would be to the right of it when I'm underneath, and that should be able to get to the 2 bolts to remove a heat shield. And then there's one more Allen key in there, and I have got videos of that. So I used this phone on a stick to go in there and have a look. Yeah, it's messy, but I think the it's in here somewhere. I will find it. There it is. Yeah, I got it. Right, so this is the sensor, and that will go in to the engine that way, and there's that one that's bolted on through there with the Allen key bolt, hex bolt, that's the word I'm looking for. And so in order to get that, I need to remove the heat plate. So that's 2 bolts, I think about 10mm each. Again, other videos I will do will show that. And I'm still out of breath. It's hot. And so yeah, so then I've just got to put that in there. So this, obviously it's black, but that would then replace this. I guess they called it white, grey, but it looks white to me. So that would then go into there, and then that would feed through there. So I've got to keep the feeding right, but it won't be too important if it's not bang on. And so that's the next thing to do. So get underneath and take that thing out and put the new one in. This was only, it's a crankshaft sensor, and the battery was fully charged, the battery, but because I've been trying to turn the car over, the battery will chuck away like a beast because it's brand new. But obviously trying, when this isn't working, because this is a sensor to tell you that it's just too hot or it won't work, and I can't get the fuel injected in, so it failed. And I doubt it's ever been replaced, the one that's in there. So this is brand new, and this costs about £11. What's that, $14 I suppose, 15. So it's not an expensive part, but it is a pain to get it in there. So I've charged that battery up now, but I'll take it off while I'm doing this work. But that should be fully charged. So once that's in, fully charged battery, brand new sensor, should work.